There she is.
Hi, welcome to Top Producer Pros, where we are on the hunt for what makes top producers successful in the home business, network marketing industry, and direct sales industry, and how we can apply it to our own businesses and model some of the success we see the top producers producing. I am your host, Ann McClellan, and today we're talking to top producer Kim Claver. Kim is a well-known network marketing icon, also known as Miss Stud, and the author of the Orange Book, or If My Product's So Great, How Come I Can't Sell It? Kim has been doing network marketing for many years and has moved online for the last year and a half with huge success. Hi, Kim. Thanks for giving us your time today.
Hey, Ann, how you doing? It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Well, thank you. I know you've been in network marketing for 24 years. You started as belly to belly, and most of your career's been offline, right?
Yes, totally. It's been mostly offline, except for the last 5 years.
And what have you been doing the last 5 years?
I have expanded my business to include online marketing as well, so that I could get more leverage than I have. You know, if you have a meeting at your house, you can have, what, 6 people. If you have a meeting at the hotel, you could have 100 or 200. But if you do a video, you could show it to thousands and thousands and thousands of people anytime, 24/7. So that was the reason I wanted to expand online, so I could expand my reach without doing more work.
Oh, that's smart. So how is it you transitioned to online marketing?
I would say probably about maybe 15 years ago, I wanted to learn how to use email. And so I started an email newsletter that really just went from an email server like Lyris, I think it was. And I would just send out these emails that didn't have any formatting or anything except for paragraphs. And I built up quite a list with that. And then about 5 years ago, I heard about Frank Kern and online marketing and internet marketing, and I bought a program that was all videos. And we'd never been able to use video before because the broadband was not good enough to allow videos. They would skip and stop. So I learned several things from him on these videos, and about maybe 2008, I bought a program from him called Mass Control for like $2,000. And after that, I became an affiliate of that program. So number one, I learned that you could learn online with videos, which I really liked, without having to write everything or read a lot of stuff. The other thing is I learned that you could sell stuff online without really giving somebody a physical product. And at that time, I was in love with his Mass Control program, and a lot of people loved it. And I sold it to people, 10, 15 sales a day, and I made $1,000 each time. So it was like, well, why would I want to sell something for $25 and get $5, or $500 and get $50, when I can get a 50% commission? That's really how my my eyes were opened, shall we say, to what you can do with an online type of product. So not only online can you learn, you can teach, and you can sell and make a lot more, because not only of a higher ticket item, but because the product, if you make 50% on something that you sell, and it's $2,000, then you can make 10 sales a day, and you can literally make $10,000 a day, which I did. So it was really an education all the way around for learning, using, teaching, and sales. So that's really what happened. I wanted to expand my reach and do what I do like Frank Kern did. That was really what I wanted to be able to do with my materials. You know, if my products are great, how come I can't sell it? Things like that I teach in the network marketing business, you know.
Well, that's how I came to know you, by buying that product, and it was very helpful.
Oh, cool. The Orange Book, right? That's what you got?
Yes, the Orange Book.
Okay.
I've heard network marketing leaders say you cannot build relationships online. What do you say to that?
That depending on how you do it, I would say that the evidence shows that people have done that quite well. If you think about somebody like Gary Vaynerchuk, for example. He has I think it's called winelibrary.tv. He started in 2005 or 2006, and he started a little wine show. And he would show people how to order wine, how to pour it, what goes with what. And his dad's business, his dad had a liquor store that was doing about $3 million a year at that time, I think. And Gary Vaynerchuk went on video with Vidler at the time and just showed wines every single day. He'd have a show for 4 or 5 years, and that's all he did. And by the end of 5 years, his dad's store was doing $90 million a year instead of $3 million a year. And the only difference was that he was online every day showing people how to buy wine, how to pour it, how to deal with the sommelier at the restaurant. And that's how he built it. So his people bought stuff, they tuned in every day, they loved him, and I would dare say that he has a relationship probably with several 100,000 people without having met any of them. So the same with Frank Kern. He's the #1 internet consultant in terms of income online, and he's never met most of his customers. They meet him through video, for example. Seth Godin is a writer, and most of us know about him because he writes about business, and he hasn't met 99.9% of the people that love him and feel like him. So I would say that online marketing, the reason that people have made relationships online is through video. You know, like I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, people are looking at me, and we can go, hey, you know, how are you? Da, da, da. And you kind of, and if somebody sees you every day, they see, oh, she's reading this book, or look, she's reading that, or her little hair's out of place, and you do it every day like we do, right, with real people, then suddenly you kind of go, oh, I kind of like this person, and I kind of know them a little bit, and, you know, I kind of like him a little bit. And when he then says, well, here's the wine I'd recommend you get, and here's a little 10% discount, you've got so much useful information, you go, let me buy it, click, and the person buys it. And that's how we, as people in network marketing, can make that work, because if you like to do one-on-ones and you're good with people, you can lean in and talk to them and go, you know, this is like really cool, here's this thing, here's why I do it. Then you can make a video like that online. Of course, you practice, but that video can be seen by anybody, anywhere in the world, 24/7, without you. You know, you only put your makeup on once. That's it, right? So I would say that you cannot build a relationship online if you don't make yourself knowable and the best to your audience. And we do that with a home meeting by inviting them and shaking their hands. We do that online by making videos that are entertaining and useful and full of fun tips that people want to see, and they do. I mean, there are people who are now TV stars and movie stars because of what they did online. In fact, all of television. We all come from the TV world, right? You know, from anything from 100 years ago, like I Love Lucy, to, I don't know, what are some of the, I haven't watched TV in like 6 or 7 years, but there are people online that we love, that people love. And do you have a relationship with them? Well, I would say they would not say they have a relationship with you. We have a relationship with them because of how they act and what they do, and we see them. So really, TV stardom is kind of like online stardom. We all, as watchers, enjoy seeing the people that we like, and so we feel like we have a relationship with them, and we can do the same thing online because we're like, this is almost like television, except it's in you're running your studio out of your own house, and people can get to know us both, like right now. So I think that's the way to do it, through video, and is the easiest way, because that's most like being in somebody's home. You know? Does that help?
Yeah, that's wonderful. In fact, it's kind of exciting because it's something everybody can do, really. I mean, we all have, most of us have a laptop, most of us have a phone, and
yeah, once you get over that you're not going to be perfect and you don't look like Madonna, and you kind of go, well, but I have this message. And then you see even people that are fat, ugly, older, whatever we think is wrong with us, right?
Oh,
we can
who does it?
Offer something to somebody, and if you really offer something useful to the right person, they're going to love you. I buy stuff online all the time because I like the people doing the selling and I like the products. Yeah.
Yeah. So sounds good. Okay, so who are some of your mentors?
Oh, well, obviously people like Frank Kern, people like Gary Vaynerchuk, people like Dan Kennedy. I do a lot of philosophical reading, so I'm very much into learning how not to be attached to outcomes, to learning instead to do the best that I can with the resources that I have and not be so attached that I go crazy if something doesn't go the way I want. Just learning how to become anything that teaches me how to become a person, so I have that as well. And the great teachers, of course, from Jesus to Buddha to, people who know what our problems are and know nobody's perfect and want to just help us move along a little bit to be a little better than we were before. So, but those are some of the names for sure that I spend a lot of time with.
Well, I appreciate that because you help people move along in their businesses, and I appreciate that. You're one of my mentors.
Well, I'm delighted to have you because, we learn from our students like you learn from your children, right? You're their mom, but I bet 10 to 1, you learn all kinds of things from them. Isn't that how we do it?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did it take for you to be a top producer?
I would say the one thing that I have that I've noticed most people don't have is self-confidence. I don't really have to ask very many people's opinions before I buy something. I don't say, well, what did the evening news say? Or do you think this is a good product? Or do you think this is a good direction for me? When I have the information I want, I make my decisions. And it's not that they're always right, but I make them. I make them based on what matters to me, what's important to me, what I like, and what I think is going to move me in the right direction. And I feel like I would never ask. I get these emails constantly. People will say, well, Kim, what's the hot new business? What's the thing everybody is buying? What should I sell so that everybody's going to buy? And I'm always, when I get those messages, I'm always kind of dumbfounded. It's like, well, if we knew that, I guess everybody would be selling that thing, and pretty soon nobody'd need to buy it because we'd all have it, right? But I have never gone to someone to say, what should I sell? It's like I sold water filters because I was a water freak. I had clean water. I bought gallons of water, hundreds of gallons of water. And so when they had a little water filter you attach to your sink, it was a perfect match for me. I sold a little product called Juice Plus, many of you, some years ago, and I loved it. I loved selling it because I was a health nut. So I didn't have to ask somebody, is this a good product? I tried it, I liked it, and I thought, hey, this is great. So and now with this program, I'm marketing, an online educational program that, as you know, the people at Empower Network put out. And what I market is not the company, but the product, because I happen to like helping people become a top producer in the business, or at least produce to the extent that they want, because that's like the deal. If you learn how to produce, sell, and sponsor, you're going to make some money. So I would say that confidence, self-confidence, is the number one trait that I have that most people don't have. So they're not sure about themselves. They're not sure if they could sell it or if they even should sell it. And I don't know where you get that, except that you decide what your values are. You decide what matters to you, and then you shut out everything else and find a product or a program that you want to market, assuming you want to be a marketer so that you can be financially independent of anybody else, and you market that no matter what anybody says. Because somebody's going to say, well, your products, we had a meeting years ago, there must have been like, I don't know, 500 people in the room, and I was marketing this fruits and veggies and capsules. And some guy gets up in the back of the room in a suit, black suit, black tie, white shirt. He looked really very official. And he says, you're selling this product, and but I want you to know that I've heard that there's like a lot of filler in it. And so how could you be selling something that has a lot of filler? This is a public meeting, right? And where I'm at the front of the room marketing this product. And I thought, I didn't know for sure if I was going to laugh or what. But I told him the first thing that came out of my mouth was, well, if it's a filler product, I mean, it's done more good for me than any product I've ever taken. So I guess if that's whatever filler they've got must be really good. What can I say? I mean, if it's all filler, it's the best filler I've ever had. And that was the end. He sat down. There was nothing more to say. But that's because I had an experience with the product. I knew what it had done, and I could care less what was in it because it had done such a good thing for me. So care less up to a certain point, obviously. You know, before I marketed it, I went to my favorite nutritionist and said, "Do you think is there anything that could harm anybody in this? You know, do you think it's based?" And then I tried it. So you see, somebody else might go, "Oh my God, there's filler in it? Oh, I don't know." But you see, if you are taking it and you know what it's done for you, who cares what's in it once you've done the basic due diligence? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what I have, and anyone could have. That's what you want to develop, confidence in yourself, in who you are, in what you can do, and that you can do it because we all can do something. There's nobody so stupid that they can't do anything. We all can do something. And you decide what that is and then shut off the outside noise. Steve Jobs said, focus was what you did not do. Focus was what you don't pay attention to. You know, he had an office space that had almost nothing in it. Why? He didn't want to be distracted. You know, he had like 5 people he listened to in the last years of his life. That's it. I have a nephew who works over there, and he said he wouldn't even talk to most of the people around Apple. Why? He only wanted input from the very finest minds that he would let into his head so that he wouldn't be distracted with anything less. That takes confidence. But a person can do it if they want to. But I would say that's the thing that I have and that I would encourage somebody to develop. Because if you're not sure about something, then develop the confidence that it takes to move ahead and do it. Or don't do it, do something else. You know what I mean? So I would say that's, as far as I know, that's the thing. Self-confidence.
If you don't have it, is there a way to
Well, you know, one of the
increase
best teachers to build self-confidence is Tony Robbins. I would say that if a person, I mean, he has a book called The Genius Within. I think that's what it's called. One of the first books of his I ever read. I would say get some of Tony Robbins' programs because he's the best person I know to bring out, as he says, the genius in you. You know, to bring out your confidence. That's what I would recommend, for sure. I'm sure there are other people, but he's the one that comes to my mind.
Okay, it sounds good. I have one more question for you.
Okay.
Empower Network is launching a new product this week called Top Producer Formula.
Oh, yes.
Do you have any comments about this product?
Well, obviously I have it, and I love the idea of promoting it. And I think that what's the best about this product to me is that it lets anybody who has ever wanted to be a top producer in their company, no matter what they're selling, if it's direct sales or network marketing, it shows you how to do that. And I would say that you know, one of the things that the product does, the teacher in the program for most of it is David Wood, who I've known for some time and who was a student of mine years ago with the How to Buy the 100 Customers 100 Days. He actually learned that script and went door to door doing it. So it was kind of interesting to see that, you know, he's the person teaching this program. And I would say what it does for somebody is it makes you aware, if you listen to the programs, of what it is that you can switch almost immediately in your own brain to make you feel like, yes, I can do this, to give you the confidence that you can do this, to give you the nerve that you need to step a little bit further down than you maybe have before, step out a little bit further than you have before. And I think the best thing is that if you don't have the confidence yet, but you want the results of what sales being a top producer can get, then what you can do is lock arms with somebody, like right here in this video, and do one step at a time, one sale at a time, one recruit at a time, until you develop the confidence, because you look back and you go, I just did this. I made 3 sales today. Oh my God, I made 3 sales today. And you kind of realize that you just did that. Hey, there's no greater feeling than to know that you can be independent. And you have proof of it because you just looked, you just did it. So I would say that the program gives genuine hope to people that have been told it's easy, anyone can do it, all you have to do is talk to people, which is, it's not true. To get from 0 in marketing, in sales, to $5,000 as Wood often says, it's brutal. You have to do some hard stuff. You have to talk to somebody and you find out that you screwed it all up. Whatever you said, oh my God, they said, no, are you crazy? Who would do one of those things? What is wrong with you? I mean, I had people say that to me, and all I could think, my first reaction has always been, what do you mean, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? I mean, do you realize I make more than you do? Why in the world? Why am I going to listen to you about you're going to tell me how to make money, and I make 10 times what you do every week? And in the beginning, when I had never done network marketing, somebody said, oh, are you in one of those things? And I said, yeah, you know, and I tell you what. And they said, oh, and you're from Harvard. I mean, how could you, of all people, you know, be in one of these things? And I told them, if I could have traded my Harvard degree at the time that I started and gone into Amway and learned the principles of development, self-development, and helping other people do that same thing, I would have traded it in. And I thought they were going to pass out because I had made my decision. Once I make it, then unless I made a mistake, nobody else's opinion really matters. Who cares? So I would say that with this product, the Top Producer Formula, it's for really anybody in any company, direct sales or network marketing, that wants to learn what it takes, starting with the inside out, you know, because you got to plant the seeds if you want the flowers to grow. You can't just start with the flower. You know, you got to plant the seed. But you can do that at home. You can watch the videos, practice the exercises, do the exercises, and you can really transform yourself. And if you don't believe it, try it. Try it. Most of these people that are at the tops of these companies didn't come out of a chute like that. They all, you know, Tom Cruise said to his parents, will you give me 10 years to become a successful actor? Because he knew it probably would take 10 years. And his parents said, okay. And of course, he made that movie, I forget what it's called, Top Gun, or a couple maybe before that, was 3 years in. And he, you know, he made it before 10 years. But he knew it would take 10 years. So what I'm saying is that with this program, if you could change your mindset for yourself so that you know you can be somebody who can do it, it might take you, say, a month or two. But you do the exercises, and pretty soon you make your first sale. Pretty soon you get your first recruit. And then you know you can. And then there's no turning back. That's what this program can do for someone who gets excited thinking, could I be a top producer? Could I really do this? I mean, I think I could. If I could, I would totally love it. It's a program somebody should, especially for the price. My God, it's not $19.97 like Frank Kern's program. We're all $2,000. This is like, I don't know, $297 for the whole thing. So, but what I would do, and for the viewers here, I wouldn't buy any of that. Don't buy anything just yet. What I would do instead is August 23, which is this coming Saturday, a week from today actually. Dave Wood, the guy who is the founder of this company and who's right now making about $300,000 a month with his business as an affiliate for the business, not as a company CEO, as an affiliate making sales like all of us, like a rep. He's going to do a 4-hour marathon giving away all the information that he has learned over these years, 7 years of failure, 5 years of big success, to people for $7. And what I would do if I were listening to this and you aren't really sure and you're not, you know, you're not, well, can I do this, or is this going to be some more BS and they're going to tell me blah, blah, blah. What I would do is don't spend anything except $7. Go sign up on the link. There should be a link, I'm sure, underneath this video where you will sign up for $7 to be part of this telecast, this live telecast. They've got like thousands of people already there. It's like a giant Madonna concert in Madison Square Garden. That's what it's going to be. Because everybody wants to know how they can do this without hyping other people, you know, and without losing your own, you know, your who you are, being congruent with yourself. I would go there and decide if the information that you're seeing is something that you want to learn to master. Then I decide what programs to buy because they'll be offered at the event. That's what I would do. Get thee to the church on time, you know, like they say. I would say get thee to the live telecast, the $7 event where David Wood will be there himself with some other people. But primarily, you want to listen to him because he's the one who made it. 7 years of struggling, 7 years no money, several years living in a van, you know, being basically laughed at by his whole family because he wanted to be like one of these Amway stars, and he never could make it work all those years. And finally he did, and there are little things along the way that he's going to show people just to be there for that $7. So that's what I would do. You know, go there and make up your mind, and then if you think this sounds like something that that you could do and you could fly off to the next level and be independent of anybody financially, then you can make up your mind. That's what I would do.
That sounds great. I don't know why you wouldn't listen to someone who has had success in the industry and is earning $300,000 a month. Is that what you told me?
Yeah, he's making about $300,000 a month. That's right.
And your earnings haven't been too shabby yourself.
Right. No, I started this in the first, I think in the first 90 days, I made like, I don't know, $49,000. And it's been about 13 months now, and I'm pretty close to $250,000. And I haven't done it full time because I also promote my own teaching products. But now, since they've come out with this top producer formula, I am going to be putting some juice to it because I think it's something that can help save the world of those people who always wanted to sell and recruit but don't want to be salesy, who always wanted to sell and recruit but they don't want to offend other people. They don't want to drag people, nag people. They don't want to be persona non grata when they on Sundays. So this is giving hope of really building self-confidence and doing some of these things to people that have really never had it before. And I am all for that, particularly the women. So
all I can say is amen. I like that. I like the sound of that. Well, Kim,
okay,
thank you so much for sharing your nuggets of wisdom. I know it will help us all move forward in our businesses. And I want to encourage the audience to continue to learn, do, teach, and take massive action to become a top producer. If you want to learn the 5 key elements to making it big with your home business, network marketing business, or direct sales business, go to the website below my name, topproducerpro.com, and you'll be taken to some information about the 5 key elements and information about top producer formula. I wish you fair winds and following seas. Take care until the next time. Be well.